let's look at just this one technique because it's kind of risky. All right, it has a risk element. All right, we're in Sal Non, which is the raised bent knee position. Now, technically, the idea is to go from this to Dak Kha, which is the bent inward knee position, but we do a transition on the way. All right, so push up with both hands, the foot comes up on the inside leg, and then nice and easy, flatten over so it's flat like a tabletop. Okay, now I'll adjust because he's a little bit flexible. I come up because I want his heel close to his bottom. This heel moving close to the bottom is what puts this position under tension, like a spring. Once I have tension on the position, I'm not trying to turn him over, I just want this flat, okay? I start small and fast, and then when I feel the bounce, I grow into the bounce until I have what we call a full body rock. Full body rock. All right, this is really beautiful. This position is so beautiful. I can't even begin to tell you how helpful this is for people who have sciatica, who have disc impingement, L4, L5, okay, and also some maybe fluid issues with the knee itself. Okay, there's no strain on the knee in this position. Every time I'm bouncing, I'm flexing the sacral ilium bridge, open and close, open and close. So that's a sacral pump, okay? The hardest thing in the world is when you have L4, L5 and sacrum SI impingement is to get circulation in there. It's ischemic like crazy. If I biopsied it, it'd be like an oxygen wasteland, okay? Virtually no oxygen, right? So anything that can get a pumping motion in the SI is hugely valuable. Anything. And this happens to be one of the most productive techniques for that. Now, side effect is you notice his whole body is moving. Because I'm doing this, but you see his nose is going wobbly, 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 wobbly. Okay? That means that the rocking is moving the full body, and we know, for example, in manual lymph drainage and lymphatic facilitation techniques that rocking and jostling are the most productive techniques that you can do, along with vibration, percussion and vibration, to actually facilitate the flow of lymph. Yeah.
So you do it fast, you don't go to their rhythm.
No,
their
well,
body's
that's
rhythm.
the rhythm has to start small and fast.
Okay.
Don't go too slow. If you go slow, that's a push. There's no pump. You see?
So the purpose is for the sacral pump.
That's the first purpose.
Okay.
First purpose. And then grow it. See, I start small and fast, and then get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then I'll just get the biggest rock that I can. Okay? Now I've grown the benefit from the sacral pump, releasing the hip right here, releasing the piriformis too, gently. Flexing the piriformis, releasing that. Why is that important? Well, because in about 70% of people, the sciatic nerve is under the piriformis. Okay? So when the piriformis is in spasm, that's this little muscle I get access to right here, under the glute, right? Then they have direct impingement on the sciatic nerve, which if it's just a little bit, it just causes weakness in the leg. Okay, why you can't stand on one leg very long, or you're so wobbly, more wobbly on one leg than the other, okay? There's a high probability that you have some piriformis impingement on the sciatic nerve, which causes the knee to not be strong, okay? And when you have that, you can't balance on that leg. You're extremely weak on that leg. So a lot of times people say, oh, you can't balance because you're not practicing enough. I'm like, no, you can't balance because you have nerve impingement.
Yeah, I've had mine literally go
Which is
ground.
making, and there's actually a term called Hunter's Canal, functional toe drop, knee drop. There's actually a whole list of symptoms of this impingement, right? That's before you get to pain. And then pain goes to crippling pain.
Yeah,
You know,
it's a
as
lot
in,
of fun.
shoot me, please, God, somebody hand me the gun,
Yeah.
so I can,
Yeah.
so I can end it all now.
Yeah, you literally, when it's bad, you literally can't put your foot down.
I know, it's
Because
hard
the
to-
second you touch the bottom of your foot,
Yeah.
it just,
Hard to describe that kind of pain unless you've been in it,
yeah.
or unless you've been real close to someone who was, and literally, you could
It's
hear them
excruciating.
grinding their teeth because the pain was so great. Like, people will chip a tooth, will chip their teeth. grinding their teeth when that sciatic pain is so great, okay? This is a beautiful, beautiful release for that kind of thing. But the secondary benefit is, of course, see the motion in the abdomen. 80% of the superficial lymph nodes are in groin, abdomen, breast, and chest. 80%, right? So anything that rocks and vibrates the groin, abdomen, breast, and chest has a high probability of facilitation of lymph. So that's a secondary benefit. It's a simple technique, and you very easily in passing might not get how cool and how valuable this is, right? It's very easy to miss it. You think, oh, it's bounce, go. All right, now what do I do from here? I'm going to move the leg into position for Dak Kha, but the problem is that this distance you see here between the heel and the bottom has to stay the same. That's number one. You can't open as you bring it out. Remember I said there's a martial influence in every technique. If I want to destroy your knee, okay, on purpose, if we were wrestling, okay, or grappling, and I had your knee crossed over here, okay, what I do is turn you over and extend this heel at the same time, like this, right there. The knee goes up. Okay, right there I dislocate the knee, and or tear the medial collateral ligament. Okay, now that I know that, I would like to make sure that I do not martially attack my client as I'm trying to transition them just from one healthy position to another healthy position. So how do I keep from damaging his knee as I do so? Okay, number one, keep the heel tight to the bottom, as tight as it'll go. Number two, the knee has to stay low as it comes across. Okay, why? Because if you raise the knee, you almost always extend the heel away from the bottom. Okay, and then to clean it up, see it's on the inside knee, I just tuck it in, make sure it's there, and he's got nice support here. Now, here's the bailout in Dak Kha. All right, you see this leg? I'm going to exaggerate just a little bit. Bring this hand across your chest. Now look that way. I am so out of here. See, he's modeling, like, exit, exit stage left, right? So that's telling you that there's stress in the posture. So you learn to recognize these things, right? So I want to correct, I want to shut off his exit and correct the bailout literally before he tries to get away from me, okay? So how do I do that? Is I want him to be flat here, and I just bring this leg back and give it a rock. Okay, now all of a sudden, see, he's settling in, his hip dropped a little bit, he's settling into the posture. And then from right here, I do Dak Kha, test, palm, hit, stretch. Test for range of motion, palm press, hit as in percuss with two-hand hacking, stretch as in drive the knee as close or to the floor as possible without damaging it, appropriate for your range of motion, and then a clean release, okay? So did you demonstrate this already? Okay, and just to emphasize again safety, on the release, this knee, this point on the knee has to go straight up. It can't go any other direction than straight up. Why? Any other direction puts a twist in the knee. See, thing about the knee joint is huge, it's very strong. Very strong. Unless you push it from the side or twist it.
And then not so much.
And then not so much. Then you're finished. And it doesn't take much. You know how many pounds of pressure of torsion it takes to destroy the medial collateral ligament?
4 pounds.
8. But 4 is okay. 8. 8 pounds. Okay? Who here can't put more than 8 pounds just by leaning? Who here can't? I mean, that's a bag of flour and half of another. Just an ordinary bag of flour. That's your that's your liter water bottle. So who can't have that much force? So you have to, you have power, and you have to constantly remind yourself to use your power.